me, Clare Baker, former clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, bringing you my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey, which is my weight loss clutter clearing journey. So how has your week been? I hope you've had a good one. Mine's been a up and down weekend, a week I should say, which probably explains why this week I have put on a pound. This plateauing really getting me down. Some reason all I can think is that there's a mental block going on there. Getting down below 200 pounds is proving harder than I thought, and I'm well aware that it's almost certainly all subconscious that is kind of sabotaging me, rather than conscious, because of course I'm not consciously trying to make life difficult. That subconscious mind is so powerful. I wasn't expecting to lose, and to be honest, £1 gain is better than I thought, because on Sunday I had huge munchies, and yesterday I had huge munchies, and there was nothing in the house apart from bread. My husband eats bread, and I had 4 slices of toast on Sunday and 4 slices of toast yesterday, and didn't do anything for me, didn't fill me up. So I was quite surprised, because of course that just shot my carbs up through the roof, and I feel like I'm going to spend the rest of the week compensating for that. Yeah, and it's a real challenge, because I've tried having suitable snacks for me in the house, like pork scratchings and brie cheese, and pork cocktail sausages, although I think I'm going to have to cut them out now because they're actually quite high in carbs. But if I have them in the house, I'm much more likely to eat them. I'm not good at saying, right, just 1 packet of pork scratchings today, 1 tomorrow, 1 the next. So if I have suitable snacks in the house, they get eaten. If I don't have suitable snacks in the house and I get the munchies, I'm more likely to eat something unsuitable. So I've kind of got to figure this out. Maybe I've got to figure out a way where I can have a store of suitable snacks in the house and not go on a binge on them. Any suggestions, please let me know. So yeah, like I say, a pound on was a pleasant surprise, because I thought it would be worse. Yeah, let's get on to the 5 success factors. So feedback and learning, that's one of them. I need to figure out how I can have suitable snacks in the house without eating them all at once, because it's better for me to have suitable snacks than to eat bread, for example. We have a barbecue this coming weekend for friends and family. Now, if you've seen my video about the Wheel of Life, if you've seen the one from, I think it was December, January this year, you'll know that I put on there that I wanted to improve my social segment of my wheel. And I actually said about doing a barbecue for that. And so that's actually coming true this weekend. So we're going to be able to enjoy the garden with friends and family. My husband and I did buy a barbecue at the weekend. We go for the proper ones with the coal. Not a gas barbecue. To me, that's just having a cooker outside. So we did christen the barbecue on Saturday, which was great. And barbecues are great for me, for the way that I eat, because it's animal fat and it's fat. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Mother-in-law is coming up for it. She's actually coming up for the week, so that in itself will be a bit of a challenge. She's bringing her famous carrot cake. Now, you know me and carrot cake, and my mother-in-law's carrot cake is so nice. But I am going to resist. I'm not even going to treat myself. to a piece of a carrot cake. And because there are going to be a good sort of a dozen plus adults here, plus quite a few children, I'm fairly sure that carrot cake will be demolished pretty quickly, so that temptation won't be in my way. So yeah, really excited to finally be doing what I love to do. I used to do these quite a lot in my old house, yeah, so enjoying the garden. We are going to have like a lifeguard on duty for the pond, because we've got little ones ranging from, well, the tiniest one is a couple of months old, but sort of 2.5 to 9 years old. We are going to have to make sure none of the kids end up in the pond. Should be interesting. I hope the weather's not like this. It's really drizzly today and horrible. So I'm hoping that all clears up by the weekend. What other feedback and learning? What else is there? Feeling sort of subdued, I would say. Kind of frustrated. Because there's a lot of stuff with clutter clearing. I've taken the last couple of weeks to really focus on doing a new website for clutter clearing, and it's really exciting. But I always feel like there's not enough time to really do it justice. So there's that's sort of two ends of the scale: excited and deflated, and that I find will often make me reach for food, emotionally to me. So very conscious of that. And even yesterday, I went to the gym and I cycled to the gym because my husband wasn't here. My husband's been away for a couple of days working, staying with mother-in-law. I made myself go. I could have easily not gone. I wasn't really in the mood. But I cycled up there, did my workout, came back. I haven't been swimming yet this week. For some reason, I'm oversleeping. Only by kind of 10-15 minutes, you know, waking up about 7:15 in the morning. But that's enough of a time for me to sort of miss that slot where I get my lane in the morning. So I'm sure exercise, as I've said before, is kind of my new go-to. But I don't know, a bit deflated at the moment. So not quite managing to utilise it. I feel like I'm kind of in second gear, whereas normally I'm in fourth or fifth. Makes sense? We all have weeks like this, don't we? So yeah, feedback and learning. The snacks, controlling snacks is important. Support. Counselling continues. Don't have counselling during August because Marisa takes August off. She calls it her mental health month, where she can just switch off, de-stress. I might have a word with her. I'm seeing her today, and I might have a word with her and sort of say, there's obviously something there niggling away. Husband remains very supportive, doing our TRE together. I do wonder, because I've kind of had this slump, as it were, since last Thursday, I do wonder whether during the TRE session that we did, whether I almost hadn't finished dealing with whatever my body was dealing with. I did have a visualization. I did find it a very calming session, but maybe I didn't quite finish it off. Maybe later today I will just do a short TRE session and see if that makes a difference. Can't do any harm. So yeah, and funnily enough, still getting support from people who are commenting about my weight loss, people that I haven't seen for quite a long time, which is lovely. But I also wonder whether that's almost not helping. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in terms of it's almost that brain adjusting to, I am where I am, and that's great compared to where I was, but it's not quite where I want to be. Yeah, getting acknowledgement for how far I've come, but it's almost like getting that acknowledgement as if I had got to goal. Maybe that's what it is, but I haven't got to goal. But maybe my brain is behaving as if I have got to goal because of all the attention that I get. we took, my husband's got a Mustang car, 96 American Mustang, pride and joy. And it went in for its MOT last Thursday to make sure it's roadworthy. And the couple that own the garage where we take it to a family-run garage. And it was quite funny because the lady, Jane, who manages the reception, does the admin, she didn't recognise me. And she actually said, when we walked in, she said, "Oh my goodness, I thought Keith had got a new woman." Keith's my husband. She thought that my husband had got rid of me and upgraded me to a new version. And she spent probably a good 5 minutes just amazed at how I looked, and we were talking obviously about how I'd done it. So again, it's that kind of amazing reaction, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, keep it coming. But I have to almost stop myself and go, yeah, but I'm not there. I'm not where I'm headed. That's not my goal. I haven't seen her for probably 2 years because she wasn't there last year. She was on holiday last year when the car went in for MOT. So yeah, so it's lovely support, but maybe there's an element of where I'm having to, I know this sounds so crazy, but I'm having to accept all this acknowledgement and praise for how far I've come, but it feels like the praise and acknowledgement as if I had got to go. I'll talk to Marisa about that later. Time, yes, again, it's taking as long as it's taking. It's not getting significantly worse. £1 is £1. I can lose that. But I have had a really interesting one this week. My lovely garden. My alliums are out. These are the things on the look like they're on poles, but they're not. The purple and white ones. I don't know if they're going to change purple. I hope they are. Garden is really coming on, and in my veg garden, I wasn't quite sure what the big green ones were in the middle. I thought they could be broccoli. What did I sow? Broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. I think they're going to be broccoli. Going to have a lot of broccoli. We picked our first French beans and had them for dinner, and I dug out a pot of potatoes. And I don't eat potatoes because obviously potatoes are carbs. But my husband went down to his mother's on Sunday and he took a bag of them with him. The rest are in the cupboard. We got a good crop from that. I actually need to get some proper potato planters so that we can have an ongoing. I had to dig out the whole thing, so the plants are gone, so that's it now. But to have a steady flow of potatoes, I want to buy a particular type of potato planter. But it's and I've also the spring onions. I had first spring onions in my omelette the other day. We've got tomatoes coming on. We've got beetroot coming on. I've sowed some lettuce. Really loving the whole like living off the land. I know we're not, but you know what I mean. To see something from seed and grow and then eat it, and it kind of brought home the issue about time. Nature takes time. Losing weight takes time. You need patience. It's exactly the same with clearing our physical clutter in our home. It's not going to happen overnight. You don't plant a seed one day and then suddenly it's, you know, it's turned into whatever the next day. It requires huge amounts of patience and nurturing. To be honest, I haven't done any nurturing with the garden. The cats are kind of doing the natural manure. For the broccoli. It seems to be working. So yes, the gardening, which I love, has reminded me of the need for time and patience when doing anything that is meaningful. So yeah, a good reminder that. Very excited. I've done a little for the children that are coming to our barbecue. I've done a little I Spy sheet. And I've put some pictures on of all the things that they could see in the garden. So we've got the different birds, and we've got frogs and fish, and I've put the vegetables on as well, because again, do children really know where our food comes from? I don't know. But all it is just pictures on a piece of paper, and then they can cross them off them when they see them. I thought it'd keep them occupied, hopefully keep them from falling in the pond. I did put the cats on there, but I've got a funny feeling the cats are going to do a disappearing act on Sunday. Our cats are not very social. They are very clingy to myself and my husband. They're used to Leslie, the administrator, and Amy, our cleaner, but they're not used to groups of adults. So it could be quite interesting. I think they're going to do a disappearing act. I think they're going to move into the office and just stay there all day. So whether or not the children manage to cross the cats off on the I Spy sheet, I doubt it. Doing the doing. Again, going to the gym. That's the priority. My husband hurt his back last week, and so didn't do the gym. I did book him a physio appointment. What is it with men? Okay, I'm generalising here, but would not book a physio appointment. So I booked it because after 3 days, he was like a bear with a sore head. So he went and had his physio, and I did a workout while he was having his physio. Yeah, definitely feeling it. Like I say, yesterday I went to the gym, wasn't really in the mood, but nonetheless still did the workout. The only exercise I couldn't do was the ball on the stick because there were some people on that equipment. Food shift that I'm going to do this week. Normally on a Tuesday and a Thursday I have a cooked breakfast, so sausages, bacon, fried egg. I'm going to shift that because I've got a feeling that the sausages are probably higher in carbs than I think. So, and whereas before one of my snacks has been pork cocktail sausages. In Sainsbury's, the supermarket, you can get a pack of 20 mini pork cocktail sausages, and that's what I've been snacking on, but they're quite high in carbs. So I'm going to keep the sausages to the weekend, Saturday and Sunday breakfast. And like this morning, I had basically scrambled egg with bacon bits in it. So still having the bacon, because I know that hasn't got carbs in. Eggs, which are always good. So still getting that, just not having the sausage on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Let's see what a difference that makes. It's surprising how now that my numbers have reduced, they've reduced since Christmas, and it's since Christmas that I've kind of struggled to lose. So I think that the shift in the eating is kind of, I'm having to catch up with that. This time last week, if I was eating what I was eating now, the weight was falling off. But it's almost like that. Things have changed. My body has changed. Its needs have changed, and therefore what I'm eating can't just stay the same. I will treat myself today though to strawberries, blueberries, and clotted cream. That's my Tuesday treat. Keeping it within the parameters of what I'm needing to eat, of course. So doing the doing, yeah, the exercise, and the method stays the same. Carbs, no sugar. Although I've had them this week. Yeah, I know it works. It's just, like I say, it's this shift to eating less, and so my routine of eating 4 cooked breakfasts a week, that's got to change because the parameters have changed. So yeah, tweaking the method. That is it. That's my 5 success factors. So yeah, funny old week in some respects, but a good week in terms of it was only 1 pound weight gain, and I'm fairly sure it was the bread, because when I weighed myself on Saturday, because I do a midweek weigh as well, when I weighed myself on Saturday, I'd lost 1 pound. So actually that means I've put on 2 pounds since Saturday. Ooh, yes, and that's bread. That's the toast I had. It's a no-brainer. Let me know how you've got on, and I shall see you same time, same place next week. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.